Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH. So Ether is also pushing a little higher here yesterday, performed quite well, did hold our support, and well, there are two possibilities. I did take the immediate sell-off scenario of the chart. I transformed it into this Elliott Wave triangle that we discussed as well as an alternative. So one possibility how I see this structure could evolve is in an Elliott Wave triangle. So it could chop around a little bit more here. And the scenario would be as follows. So we would have completed an A wave on the 11th of September. We're now working on a B wave and could then sell off in a C wave into the, I don't know, $1,200, $1,300 region. That depends on where the triangle ends. The overall scenario would be an A, B, C, D, E structure. It would be a contracting triangle, and we're sort of halfway through the triangle. To complete the triangle, the price would need to go a little higher in this C wave of Y of C. Let me actually change the wave degree of the triangle wave count. That might help. Yep. So obviously in this C wave, which is usually a very complex correction, we've got a WXY structure, which is complex, so that makes sense. And in the Y wave, we have an ABC. The C wave typically reaches the 1-to-1 ratio of wave A and C. So 1680 would be a target to watch, roughly. Important is that this C wave doesn't exceed beyond the A wave high at 1753. If it does that, something more bullish is going on. So basically, this is still a bearish possibility that we've got. I'm just observing this right now. I'm not saying this is definitely what's going to play out. It will literally be determined by 1753. So as long as the price stays below 1753, this here is a valid assumption that we have to consider, but it would lead to a more sideways chop, and probably we will not know if this is really what's going to play out until we see a few weeks pass. However, if the price breaks earlier above 1753, then we're likely dealing with a diagonal pattern, and I don't see this as too much of a problem. I mean, the Bitcoin correction looks incomplete to the downside, which is why I'm skeptical. Here, I'm also skeptical if the low has been reached, but Ethereum's correction looks more complete than Bitcoin's, and I wouldn't have a problem if Ether completed its correction, because it basically sort of fulfilled our expectations, not fully, but it came down, made a lower low. That's what we wanted. That's key, really, and you can argue that maybe we completed the correction here, but then also the move up would be a diagonal, wave 1. This here would be a wave 2. We would now be in a wave 3. Then there will be a 4 and a 5. And if we get 5 waves up in the white wave count above 1753, then this looks like a larger wave 1 of a larger diagonal that might be unfolding, okay? So 5 waves up, then we would get 3 waves down, and that is basically then going to be a very interesting trade setup. So this is certainly something I'm observing now. And again, it could be that a wave 1 happened already. That was the Monday high. The wave 2 happened, could have been the Thursday low. This third wave could be unfolding right now. That's basically the same as this ABC structure in yellow. But the difference would be that the wave 4 is probably likely going to be more shallow than this wave D in yellow. And then we would make a higher high instead of a lower high in the E wave of this Elliott Wave triangle, which would result in a sell-off. No, the wave 5 in white would push higher and break above 1753. And then we have some clarity, and then we can watch for an ABC pullback. Already an entry point in a wave 4 support might be an interesting trade setup for anybody who likes to have an entry. But I cannot give you support yet because we haven't moved up enough. I first need to see the wave 3 play out. And, you know, talking about the wave 3, I mean, I just gave you a level to watch, 1680. If it goes above 1680, I think it would rather emphasize the white wave count. But again, the white wave count will not be fully confirmed until we have a break above 1753. So this is going to be my latest view and latest wave count on Ether. Not much changed, but I've taken obviously already yesterday, the more direct sell-off count of the chart, because it's just pushing too high. Nothing got invalidated, but it's becoming less realistic and reasonable. So we always want to listen to the market. The triangle is something I showed you already. I indicated to you it could be something more bullish, but I need to see more price action. But because I've taken the more direct sell-off count off the chart, it makes sense to bring a bullish alternative onto the chart and show you the pathway, what we can expect above 1753 and after the next high, actually, that we can watch for this wave for pullback potentially. Yeah, that's my update about ETH. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And today we've got our next member live stream at 5 p.m. UTC. If you remember, you can participate. We've got an educational topic again that we cover. We cover some member coin requests. You get access to Discord and Telegram, the chat rooms, and educational content. And as a gold member, you get access to short-term market updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.